What's up, everybody? George, the Disney Italiano, coming to you with another banger live from Citrico Central. As you can see, I am back at home from my little staycation down in Anaheim. Did a kind of a pre-birthday uh, little trip to Disneyland and did a lot of live content for you guys. For all of you who are able to join, thank you so much. For all of you who did not, definitely go back and check out the live replays for the past week that I was down in Anaheim for sure. So I thought I'd come to you guys with another live, kind of like just to kind of talk with you guys, you know how we do, because sometimes like when I'm live in the parks, I can kind of talk, but then I'm busy doing the activities there and with a lot of people there. So this is a little bit more of an intimate kind of moment where we could talk, discuss, ask questions, all that good jazz. So we got some people already in the chat. Let's say hello, shall we? Let's see. We're going to start from the top. We got Mr. Jacob Weller. What's up, Jacob? Welcome in. We have Mr. Dragonblood. I haven't been on a live in quite a while. Long time no see, pretty much. I have been busy, etc. Well, so glad you're able to jump on today, Dragonblood. It's always great to see you. Let's see. We have David in the house. Hey, George. What's up, David? Welcome in. And we have the one, the only, the Giant Peter Adventures. I have to get used to saying adventures because I'm so used to saying show. But I like adventures. It fits, especially because you go on so many adventures. Then I got my babe Abby in the house saying hello to everybody. And then we also have Berry Place 28. Welcome in, Berry Place. Let's see. We also have Ray Bradley. Hi, George. Welcome home. Thank you so much, Ray. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, so just thought, jump on a live, have some fun with you guys. Maybe talk about some things that I did down in Anaheim at Disneyland for the past week. And then also, this is actually not going to be the only live today I'm doing. I actually am doing a collabo at 7:30 Pacific time on Walt's Apartment. So we're doing a joint live. So their live is going to be connected on to my live streaming through Citrico Central. So definitely, check us out. As I said, we're doing a joint collabo live at 7:30 Pacific time. So right after this, I am heading over there. So definitely check it out. And we got Mademoiselle in the house. Welcome in. Given the hearts. And then Barry Place. Good to see you, George, Abby, and everyone in the chat. Yes, absolutely. And glad to see you, Barry Place. Thank you for joining. So I spent a week, me and Abby spent a week in Anaheim for my kind of like pre-birthday setup. My birthday's not till, well, as of today in 10 days, but I'm the Italiano, so I celebrate my birthday through the whole month of August. So I thought, you know what, have the time. I blocked out a week. It's like, let's spend a week down in Anaheim, go to Disneyland, which actually that's what Abby and I used to do when I wasn't a local and I was just traveling back and forth. We would just literally get a hotel down, not on property. It's too expensive, but eventually I do want to do the Disneyland hotels, but would get like a good neighbor hotel and would stay like in the area. So it was nice to do that again. Actually, I haven't done that since becoming a local. Like I'd get maybe like a couple days, like for a weekend, for the Disneyland 70th. But this long amount of stay in Anaheim, kind of on a staycation, is the longest I've done since moving out here for sure. And Barry Place, happy early birthday. Thank you so much, Barry Place. Greatly appreciate it. And we also got Vegas Disney RTV in the house. Welcome in. So just a lot of stuff that's been going on. While I was down there, they started putting up the beams for the building for what looks to be Infinity Defense over at Avengers Campus. So, and then 2 days later, the whole freaking structure is like the skeletal of partial of the building is up. I mean, they're really moving fast on this. So if that's what happened within 2 days, I can imagine by the end of the year into the beginning of the new year what the progress is going to look like. It's going to be awesome. Now, I can't recall if anyone in the chat, refresh my memory, is the expansion of Avenger Campus supposed to open in 26 or 27? Because I know down in Walt Disney World, Tropical Americas is slated for 2027, but I'm not sure with Avengers Campus. Is that also 27 or is that 26? Because the way that it's moving, I mean, they may say 27, but it's a possibility. Maybe it'll be done by late 2026, maybe for early previews. Who knows? I got to see the projection show. It's like a 5-minute projection show on Space Mountain for Fantastic Four. I actually enjoyed it. I thought the projections were phenomenal of how they fit on the structure of Space Mountain itself. I thought that was awesome. Also tying with the music. And I also got to, see glimpses of like the Fantastic Four meet and greet and Herbie and what have you. I enjoy the Fantastic Four in Tomorrowland. I've enjoyed the movie. I've seen it twice. I know the expectation of the box office is not what we were thinking. Obviously it did an 80% drop in the second week, but as I always say, I don't go by the box office of what makes a great movie. There's just because it didn't do to the expectation of what we thought it would, it doesn't shy away that it's still a great movie. So let's see. David, I'll check out the 7:30 live stream. Awesome. I see Barry Place confirms 2027 for Avengers Campus. Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah, they're on a fast track with that. I mean, that's very interesting to see how long that'll take. But like you said, anything could happen, and maybe they will open in 2026. Yeah, because it's, as I said, in the amount of 2 days that I just literally saw the beams to the structure. I mean, that was impressive. Like, they're really hauling butt. Also, being down in Disneyland, just I think it's interesting because obviously Halloween is upon us, and it's interesting because they're celebrating Disneyland's 70th anniversary, so obviously you have the 70th decor up, but also at the same time you have to put up the Halloween decoration. So I thought it was quite interesting where, you're used to seeing the 70th flags up, on the poles. And then you have, especially like on Carthay Circle, you have the 70th, emblem that they use and everything. Now that's all taken down, and now the Halloween stuff is up. And I thought, for me, see here, I definitely agree with Barry Place. It's too early for Halloween. It really is. Now, Abby and I have tickets to Oogie Boogie on the 19th, just because, I want her to see it firsthand. She's never been to Oogie Boogie. We could have waited till like October and everything, but also with running a YouTube channel, I want to get like firsthand of like what all the festivities are, the treats, the food, the characters and everything, and the setup and everything. But anyway, before I move on to that, but I just wanted to mention about the decor. I think it's interesting because you have the 70th stuff up, and then you move to the Halloween decor, and then Christmas, and then it'll go back to the 70th. I thought that's kind of, and then by the time you do that, you're kind of already like out of the element of, okay, yeah, that's right, it's still the 70th anniversary. So I never understood why they started it on May 16th. I would have rather them start it actually on Disneyland's birthday. But now actually seeing with the holidays and everything and how close it is, and them starting the holidays early, why they gave some breathing room for the 70th, so they would have time to kind of keep up the decor and everything. Let's see here. Abby says, I agree, it's too early for Halloween. Yeah, it's yeah. So anyway, so yeah, we have tickets for Oogie Boogie on the 19th, which um, in a couple days we actually will be heading out to Vegas for Universal's Horror Unleashed, and then also to see the sights and everything of Vegas, because I never actually stayed like on the Vegas Strip before, so that's going to be really a treat for me. Something new, something different. We're also going to see the Blue Man Group and Cirque du Soleil. I forget the name of it, Abby. If you can refresh my memory, it has something to do with the water, like the water stuff and everything. But yeah, we're going to spend a couple days in Vegas, do Horror Unleashed, and then we literally come back, and we go straight to Anaheim from Vegas for Oogie Boogie, and then actually starts my actual birthday week. So just like one thing after the other. Barry Play said, and Haunted Mansion Holiday doesn't open until 8/22. Yeah, so yeah, literally a day before my birthday, my actual birthday. So that's crazy. Yes, Peter, I've never stayed on the Vegas Strip before. It's going to be my first time. Let's see. I have been to Blue Moon Group at the Luxor. Well, that's funny because that's actually that's where we're going to be. So, and at the Bellagio. Yeah, a lot of the like hotels in Vegas, unfortunately, that have like all the theming and everything. It's a shame that they're kind of like pulling that back and everything. It's oh, so Barry Place was confirming O, and then Abby clarified O. So Cirque du Soleil O. Yeah. So okay, it's O. Let's see. I know a lot about Vegas because I'm a pro at it. You know a lot of places, Peter. You've like traveled the globe, which that's awesome. Which, speaking of traveling around the globe, I'm going to have Drew the Disney dude on soon to talk about this more in depth. But I found it interesting that they released the schedule for Destination D23. And what was surprising is when you look through the roster of like the different times and everything, that there's no specific parks panel. So it looks like that they just kind of trickle in the news depending on what they're talking about throughout, each segment of the panels and the presentations. They do have a villains panel at the early morning of day 2, which I'm wondering if they're going to utilize that to give us any news on the Villains Land going into Magic Kingdom. So I'm very curious about that. Also, if you look at the list, like of the schedule, they have these they have it like broken down in segments, like where it says like India, France, China. So I'm wondering Japan. So obviously they all represent around the globe for like the Disney International. So when they have the France segment, for sure we'll get news on Disneyland Paris with World Adventure. For Japan, we may hear more about the change in Adventureland and possibly their new Disney cruise ship that OLC is wanting. China, maybe for Shanghai and Hong Kong. And then for India, maybe we'll get news on the new Disney Abu Dhabi. So that will be very, very interesting. We got CJL in the house. Hi, everyone. Welcome in, CJL. Glad to have you here. Barry Place, I have to go, but I'll try to watch the collaboration at 7:30. Awesome, Barry Place. Thanks for jumping in. Greatly appreciate you. So I thought it was very interesting of the schedule of how they have it, but I find it interesting, but is it surprising? I don't really know. So let me Okay, let me rephrase. So India isn't Abu Dhabi, but the segment of what they titled as, I wonder if that's going to fall into transitioning into talking about Abu Dhabi. Sorry, yeah, let me rephrase that. Yeah, Abu Dhabi is not India. But I just find it interesting of how they like break down the segments. Because I'm for sure they're going to talk about like the new stuff, but I'm glad that they didn't just have a parks presentation, because I feel like if they did have a parks presentation, then the expectation would be, okay, we're going to get a lot more news, because everybody on social media and on YouTube, they're saying like, predictions and all this and that. And it's like, I think you guys are reading it way too much. Now, of course, it is always fun to kind of give like your wild, far-fetched kind of, ideas and suggestions, but there are people that are like married to it, to the fact of like, oh, we're going to get this and we're going to hear that. At Destination D, I think honestly they're going to want to save that for the bigger real parks presentation at the D23 Ultimate Fan event that they hold here in Anaheim, which is literally going to be next year. Now that's another thing that they'll probably mention, because they did it at the last Destination D. I have a feeling they'll make some announcements on info on the D23 Ultimate Fan event, because they, as I said, they did it the last time. They may give the dates, which I hope they do, and then they'll probably say, ticketing, pricing, dates, and information will come out at a later time. But I feel like the dates for the actual event, they'll probably announce those, and then ticket pricing and information will probably come out several months later, and then it'll probably be released 3 to 4 months out before the actual event. I think that's how it was the last time. And then we have Kiki and Luca in the house. Welcome in, Kiki and Luca. But anyway, so kind of going back to Destination D, I feel like that we are going to get news, but it's just updated news. New information, but just stuff that was already announced, like for Villains, for Cars, for Monsters Inc., for Tropical Americas, Coco, possibly Coco, Avatar, and Avengers Campus. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But as I said, I'm going to have Drew the Disney Dude on at some point, where we're going to get more in-depth conversation just on that topic, because I find it fascinating. Plus, he will be there, experiencing it, in real time and everything. Abby and I were planning on going, but there was some mix-hap with schedules and timing and everything. So unfortunately, we can't make Destination D, but I will make it my business to make it to D23's Ultimate Fan event, crossing fingers and toes that there will not be a ticketing system blunder like the last time. That was horrible. Let's see. We got Remy D in the house. Hey, George and Abby, sorry for the delay. Thanks for the candles consideration, but my wife is paranoid about giving our address. If I may respectfully decline, I will take the bragging rights. Absolutely. Not a problem, Remy D, and respect you and also your wife's decision. And so as far as like the bragging rights, yep, brag away. Absolutely. But welcome in to the live, Remy D. Always glad to have you. So, so kind of like moving on with all, the news, coming out of Disney and everything. I feel that, we're in a little bit of an upswing. I know, despite of like a lot of people saying, well, there's not a lot of crowds. Yeah. Yeah, he crossing his fingers that the D23 girl shows up. That would be interesting, to say the least. But a lot of people saying that, Disney's on a decline with like, not a lot of people in the parks and what have you. But Disney was kind of already prepping and preparing, for this. And I think it has to do with just a lot that's going on in the world today, just like of how expensive stuff is, and people are picking and choosing, what they want over this, and, best time to go on vacation and what have you. And then again, especially for Walt Disney World, there's not a lot going on right now. And I feel like people are going to wait, until Tropical Americas opens up and Monsters Inc. And then shortly after with Cars and Villains. So, like me, that stuff doesn't bother me because I'm a Disney fanatic. So if I have the opportunity to go to Walt Disney World, I'm going to go regardless, but for the people that have big families or, have, multiple kids, it gets very, pricey, and they may only be able to do 1 or 2 vacations every, few years. So if they're going to spend the money, they want to make it count, so, that's why. And then also too, for Universal, them just opening up Epic Universe, which I did get to, experience with Abby, firsthand. However, I can give my 2 cents on how I feel about Epic Universe, but I always say, which I had a great time, but I also like to see it for a second time, because sometimes that first time can kind of like block your judgment a little bit, just because it's something brand new. And then also too, I didn't really get to do everything or enjoy it to the full capacity because, again, I was dealing with my kidney stones and everything. So can't wait to experience it again. In much better, condition. And then Peter says, I am going to Cosmic Rewind either way. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Whether or not, go on Cosmic Rewind. I'm sorry, to this date, for right now, Cosmic Rewind for me is the greatest ride in all of Walt Disney World. It was Flight of Passage for the longest time. Flight of Passage stayed on for about, I'd say like 4 or 5 years. And then Cosmic Rewind came in and knocked the crown off for sure. So we'll have to wait and see if anything comes up with like Villains or, what have you, and see if Cosmic Rewind will still reign on top for myself. Because I am a thrill junkie. I am a coaster nut. I can't wait to see the Fast and the Furious coaster, because that's going to be wild. To me, of what that looks like, it's literally Cosmic Rewind and Velocicoaster had a love child, basically. So yeah, and I can't wait to experience that myself. I might be heading out to Universal tomorrow, and I'll actually be able to check it out to see the progress, because I haven't been at Universal in a minute, to be honest with you. So I might dip out there for a little bit, check it out. We'll see. Just kind of like spend my time there, looking around, seeing how everything is, because I was at Disneyland for a week. So, I'll head over to Universal. Why not? But yeah, so I can't wait to see like what is to come up, because we only know of these like new lands and what have you. It's like, it's just Villains. We don't know what the actual name is or what's actually going to go in there. So I hope that Disney outdoes themselves, like with the ride technology and the ride vehicles and the audio animatronics and the screen base projection technology. Like, I hope all that is just there, but I would love to see some kick-ass high-tech villain audio animatronics. That would be awesome. And especially in the dark ride, because Disney did confirm there's going to be 2 highly immersive e-ticket attractions. One is going to be a roller coaster. The other is going to be a dark ride. So Remy D says, I'm doing my week-long Universal trip now. I got to say, I'm a little taken aback by the standoffish attitude coming from many of the team members and staff. Interesting. Okay, so this may kind of sound... I'm just going to say it anyway, because I'm the Italiano. I've been going to Universal Orlando for several years. I haven't been as many times to there as to Disney. Obviously, Disney's always my number one priority. Always will be. Always was. Always will be. But it doesn't mean that I don't love Universal. I do. We're planning on going back next year. Um, but I have to say, not all team members now, but majority of the team members that I come across at Universal Orlando, that is they are a little bit standoffish or a little bit snippy, or they don't really like push the boundaries of like strong customer service. Now it may be a completely different story to everybody else, but for me that's just how it was, and it's not just a one-time thing. um I've noticed that for several trips of Universal Orlando. So I don't know if it's just timing of, team members having bad days, or, just, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely agree, Remedy, for sure, that there is like a lot of like some tension there, for sure, that you don't get, at least I don't get from Disney. Now, again, I'm not just saying that because I'm Disney biased. I call it like it is. If I had attitude from cast members from Disney, I would come out and say it. And not to say that I haven't had, some cast members at Disney, but I mean, like, just the overall percentage, I've had more issues at Universal than I've had at Disney. Let's see. Kiki and Luca, Universal has just normal customer service. Disney is the gold standard. The worst is SeaWorld. 100,000% agree. Yeah, Universal just has like the basic customer service. Like you can get like a hit or miss. I feel like Disney, as you said, Kiki and Luca, they have the gold standard. Yeah, SeaWorld. We went to SeaWorld down in San Diego, Abby and I, several months ago for their interpretation of their food festival. And I have to say, like, the customer service was, they didn't know what they were doing. Like they weren't properly trained. They didn't know their left hand to the right. Yeah, exactly, Peter. Yeah. What? Yeah. Go back. Why am I describing it? Go back and watch the vlog that Abby and I did of the SeaWorld. You'll see for yourself because we're covering um, like the food festival. The food, majority of the food was disgusting. They ran out of everything, and it wasn't even a full day's worth. Even people in the attractions like didn't know how to manage daily like park operations and guest flow. It was just, and what's funny is it's not just one SeaWorld park. I've heard that even like SeaWorld down in Orlando has like a lot of issues. And yes, it does have a very distinct smell, to say the least, especially in the Penguin building. See, I think it was only the Fran's food you guys liked. Yeah, there was like a couple items that were, I'm like, okay, this was good, but all in all, I think the worst was the pizza. As an Italian, I was offended by the pizza. It was literally like half a loaf of bread with with some hardened cheese on top with like two slices of pepperoni. It was like, it was disgusting. And we have, it's Florentin in the house. Welcome in. Um, let's see. So only been to SeaWorld once. I'm curious after returning to Universal after many years. Yeah, let us know how it is, Florentin. I'm very curious. Anything with French butter. So wait, Abby. So at the French, that was the lamb. I can't remember. Did I like the lamb? Yeah, I know you hated it. I can't remember if I liked it. Let's see. They have some really bad rappers from the 90s performing at SeaWorld during the summer. Let's see. SeaWorld's pizza a few years ago was decent at the Italian restaurant. Yeah, I don't know about like their daily pizza, Peter, but like the specialty pizza that they had for like the food festival was deplorable. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It did. It tasted like earth. Which actually in a way is kind of accurate, being that, that's what lamb eat. So if that's what they eat, that's what we taste, which is actually true, because lamb can have that strong earthy. So you have to kind of like cover it with, because of their diets, that's all they eat is grass, so you have to cover it with a lot of, of the cooking and the seasoning and everything. So yeah, you definitely can taste those earthly flavors. Ray Bradley says, the last time I was in San Diego, I went to Busch Gardens so many years ago. How was that for you? How was Busch Gardens? The only good memory I had at SeaWorld was my East Coast family and my grandma going with me to SeaWorld in San Diego. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people, honestly, don't really get too many good, fond memories in SeaWorld. Now, I remember going to SeaWorld. They had one. It's not open now, but it was in, I think it was in Ohio or upper northern Pennsylvania, that I went back. I think it was in Ohio. In 1990, it was either between 1996 or 1997 when I went up. I actually enjoyed it. But that SeaWorld is no longer exists. And of course many years later, I think the company just kind of went down in customer service and operations and everything. It was beautiful. Awesome. Yeah. I haven't been to Busch Gardens. So, I mean, eventually I would like to go. So I'd like to see it for myself. Giant Peter, I like the safari park. Yeah, Abby and I also did the safari park when we were down there. So we did SeaWorld and then the safari park. I was going to do a vlog on that, but that was a day that I was just so like exhausted from doing SeaWorld. And of course, that was like around the start of the channel. Like I was just starting up, so I wasn't like adapted yet to like how I wanted to record. So, but we did enjoy it. I did love the animal kingdom aspects of the safari park. The only thing that I did not like of it, and what I've noticed a lot in San Diego, is the prices are bonkers. Like literally, we went to the safari park. Abby and we got like 2 burgers, 2 sets of fries, and 2 drinks, and it almost came to like $75. It was crazy. Also, the San Diego Zoo. Now, I haven't been to the San Diego Zoo yet, but we had to like pick and choose which one we were doing because we were short on time. But I told her I'd rather see the safari park first than the San Diego Zoo. But eventually, I do want to see it. The safari park is the closest thing we have to Animal Kingdom. Yeah, absolutely. On the West Coast, yeah. Abby says, too many birds and hiking at the safari park. It was a lot of hiking. It was a lot of which it was like Animal Kingdom, but it had a lot of layers to it, where Animal Kingdom is more encompassed with acreage, where I feel like the safari park does have acreage, but it goes vertical at times. Let's see. Balboa Park is a gem in San Diego. The park and museums are exceptional. Also, the Midway is great. Okay. And let's see, it's Florentin. I wonder which is better, Coral Reef at Epcot or Shark's Underwater Grill. I've only dined at the SeaWorld one. Now, good question. Here's the thing with Coral Reef. Here she comes. Let me just move that. The Coral Reef, we actually went in there for the Jody Benson D23 event that we were down at Walt Disney World. Now, they fed us like a buffet which was separate from the menu of Coral Reef. I like the aesthetics of Coral Reef, but the time that I was in there, I wasn't a huge fan of the menu. I feel like it can kind of be a hit or miss. I haven't done the Sharks Underwater Grill, though, but I'm very curious about that. Let's see. Okay, so Giant Peter Adventure says Coral Reef at Epcot is awesome. Okay, so I don't. You know what? Maybe I'll tell you guys what. I haven't been there in years, except for going.
I've never been there.
She's never been there, except for just again going to the Jody Benson D23 event. Maybe when we're done Walt Disney World, I get a reservation. We'll do a dining review for you guys. How about that? We'll do that. They have you go first through the bird enclosure. I can imagine poor Abby.
Oh no, I hate the birds.
She does hate the birds.
Birds know that I fear them.
Coral Reef makes me think of Full House when Jesse interrupts Danny and his girlfriend's date. Yes, yes, that was a classic Full House episode. Which, speaking of which, John Stamos was just at Disneyland a couple of days ago. We just missed him, literally. I got to see Catherine Hahn and Jon Favreau when they're filming the Oswald series for Disney Plus. But but we missed John Stamos. Come on, like Uncle Jesse. Like, and actually, I'm glad you actually brought that up, Giant Peter Adventures, because growing up in the '90s, I loved when the TGIF slate would go to Disney. Oh my gosh, like those were like some of the best episodes. So you had Boy Meets World, you had Full House, you had Family Matters, Step by Step. Mm-hmm. They all went to Disney, and you can kind of like go back and watch those episodes, and you're like, okay, these are corny kind of episodes, but they're fun. They're at Disney. Come on. But then recently, it was what was the show that went to Disneyland? Modern Family did like an episode, and I think there was another show that went to Disneyland as well, and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I love those classic 90 comedy shows that they go to either Disney World or Disneyland. Because I will say the episode in Boy Meets World when Corey has that kissing scene with Topanga in front of Spaceship Earth in Epcot. I always thought, like in the 90s, like I want to have that moment. Like I want to have that scene. And Peter, yes, thank you. You the Goldbergs. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah, so those were the more recent ones. But I think it's kind of refreshing that they're filming the Oswald series in Disneyland. I'm very curious to see their take on it. Like, is it a show where it's like Oswald like escapes into Disneyland, or
I know,
like I'm very curious
because they're going to certain spots of the park.
Yeah, like when I was there, they were filming by the castle near the hub. They were in the Main Street Cinema, and then they were over by the flagpole and the cannon. Those were the spots that I saw them filming. Now, they could have been in other spots, but it just seemed like they were more so on Main Street, which was very surprising. I'm surprised they didn't do anything like in Toontown or what have you, or even DCA, because, I mean, Oswald's garage is right there, you know, which they might. Maybe that's just the week that, you know, that we were there. Yeah. Let's see. Florentin says, Studio Ghibli films came to mind when I was at Mitsukoshi store and Kiki's Delivery Service. Love the boy in the film, and then thought of another live action we can use OG as. Yeah, so I love the Studio Ghibli. Abby and I just recently went to
My Neighbor Totoro
re-release. That's just like a feel good movie. It's like so simple, and it's just a feel good movie. Speaking of Kiki's Delivery Service, we missed Kiki's Delivery Service. I absolutely love that movie. That one I think is actually my top 3 in Hayao Miyazaki films for sure.
We're seeing Ponyo the end of
Mhm.
this month.
Yeah, we go see Ponyo on the 29th, right?
28.
I thought that was Jaws.
Or one or the other.
Okay.
I forget which
Okay,
one
so I
it
think it's
was.
the 29th. So we're going to, so we're on the 28th, we're going to see Jaws 50th anniversary. Because it's going to probably be my only time to be able to see it re-released on the big screen. I want to see how it was. Like watching the behind the scenes and everything and people lining up around the corner to go see this movie in theaters. It's like, I want to have that moment.
And we're
of going-
seeing it at City Walk.
We're seeing it at Universal. So, I mean, come on, like, and it's the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And hopefully Richard Dreyfuss is doing much better. He was supposed to be at a signing of some sorts, or at, I don't know if I don't think it was the San Diego Comic-Con. He was supposed to be somewhere, and unfortunately he came down ill and had to cancel. And he was scheduled to do a signing and everything, so they had to do like refunds and everything. But he did get on social media and apologize to everyone. But aside from that, I just hope he's doing much better. So yeah, so we're checking that out, and then we're going to see Ponyo. So let's see, where are we here? So Kiki and Luca says, Grave of the Fireflies is definitely one of the best. It was out last weekend. Yeah, we did see the Grave of the Fireflies. The only thing was they didn't have it in
English dub.
Yeah.
So they only had it in subtitles, and so we skipped that one.
Yeah. I did want to see it. I just wish that they had it. And it's nothing against like an actual like Japanese speaking movie, but when I have to read the subtitles, my eyes are drawn to the words, and I'm missing like what's going on screen. So I never really could get into that. But then Peter says, I have seen Ponyo, very interesting film. Yeah, I always like to take it as it being like the Japanese version of The Little Mermaid. Sort of. Let's see. I went to see Back to the Future Part 1, 2, and 3 on October 21st, 2015. Oh, wow. That's some dedication right there. That's really cool. I know that there's a lot of movies that are coming back into theaters. Like obviously Jaws for the 50th anniversary. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming back for its 35th anniversary. Then they're re-releasing the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man trilogy.
Did I see something about Casper? Or was that
Casper is too. I want to see Casper. I'm glad you brought, because I forgot about that one. I did see Casper. I hope it's part of our A list. And even if it's not, I don't care.
When I was younger.
I don't care. Yeah. She had a crush on Devon, if I'm pronouncing his last name, Sawa, like the live action Casper.
Yes.
Like if she couldn't have
Chris Evans.
It's like
Chris Evans is my adult crush.
Yes. Devon is
my
teenage crush. Yeah, there you go. But I think because I actually got to see Casper. My grandma took me and my cousins to go see Casper when it was re-released. So I would love to go see that again. I think honestly, even if it's not part of the A list, I still might want to just go.
Yeah.
Just to go see it. I think it releases. Is it this year? Is it in October? I think it's in October.
I think so.
Yeah. I definitely want to see that for sure. Let's see. Kiki and Luca, Back to the Future for us in the 1990s for us, mind blown. Yeah, come on, it's Back to the Future. I mean, you can't and then Casper. Yeah, of course. See, they already did a re-release of Spider-Man trilogy. If they do one again, I want to go see it. Yeah, they are releasing it. I can't remember because we went to go see. It was.
Freakier Friday?
Was it Freakier Friday? It was one of the movies we just seen recently, and they did say they're re-releasing all three of the Tobey Maguire films. Which again, now those ones I hope that they would be part of. No, I don't think they're part of it because I think you have to go through Fandango to get the tickets, and I think normally when you have to do that, it's not part of the A list. Which again, I feel like if you're part of the high quality tier A list, it said everything, so that should be included. Also, too, I don't know what it is with the Tobey Maguire films. I've seen all 3 of those movies in theaters, and every single time something went wrong. For instance, when I went to go see the first Spider-Man, I had a severe toothache. Couldn't enjoy the movie. Spider-Man 2, my mom and I went to go see it. We got a phone call that my grandma had a bad fall in the Cricket store. It was an old cell phone store. It was called Cricket. I don't know if you guys know of it. She had a severe fall, had to go to the hospital. And then Spider-Man 3, there was like a huge like family fight or something, and like no one could enjoy the movie because it was like too much tension. So like every single time that I've seen Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, it was like something happened, and it was just like, yeah. So I don't know if I want to see those in theaters. Yeah, come on, man, family fight. We're Italians. Come on, we live for that stuff. Cricket Wireless store. Yes, it was a Cricket Wireless store. She was in line. It had something to do with her phone. She was having issues. Well, here they had at the time, like those metal like rope. Not what the whole thing wasn't metal, but it was like a I'm bad with materials. It's like a they were like these felt like roped off things, but they were connected to like these metal poles. So people could stand in line and then walk around them. Well, the poles had like these round disc holder things down on the bottom. Well, here her foot hit into one, went straight down, and her face went on the plate. So her face was like all messed up. There was blood everywhere and everything, and that was a scene because one of the ushers kept on coming in with a flashlight. And we thought that he was trying to like find like maybe someone who snuck in or what have you. Well, here he was trying to find us because the Cricket store was in the same plaza as the movie theater. So my grandma dropped us off, and me and my mom were watching the movie, and she thought, okay, well, she'll go get her phone taken and not even think of anything. So yeah, it's crazy. And David says, hi, Abby.
Hi.
And we're always glad you're on here too, David. So let's see. So excited to get my candle soon. Yes, we will be sending everything out this Friday before we leave for Vegas. So we're going to pack everything up and ship it out to you. So everything will be out Friday. So hopefully, depending on your location, you'll probably maybe get it sometime next week. And Jacob says hello.
Hi.
Let's see. There was something else. Oh, here we go. Oh, it was right here. I actually got to watch 4 episodes of Friends in theaters, which that was awesome, just because getting the live audience reaction. That's interesting. It's funny because Abby and I got to see several episodes of The Golden Girls on the rooftop cinema because it was for Betty White's birthday. So they were playing like 4 episodes of The Golden Girls, which we haven't. I think that was the last time
we went.
It was in January, so we're due. I mean, we have a lot going on already, so there's just like no time. But I love doing the rooftop cinema. I think for me, I kind of enjoy it a little bit more, and you're probably going to think I'm nuts for saying this, but I actually enjoy it during like the winter time. And the reason why I say that is because wintertime is different in California than it would be me back in PA. It gets a little chilly, but I don't know, just something about being on the rooftop, have a sweater, you have the little fireplace, you get your hot chocolate. Well, the fireplace at the time when we
almost
went,
burned
yeah,
me.
Yeah, she was like a roast chicken. But
I told him I would have to like turn over so I
but
roast evenly.
But my But my favorite was when we saw Home Alone
Oh yeah,
at the
that was
rooftop cinema. That was fun because it was during Christmas time, and it was a couple days before I was
supposed to leave.
supposed to leave back to PA, and I extended it a little bit. Or was that? That was before?
No,
That was after. Okay, and then a couple days later, that's when I had my panic attack, and then flew back for 2 weeks, and then came out here permanently.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you gotta. Yeah, that's the thing with like the elderly is like when they have their falls, you have to like be very careful because sometimes like that fall can like really do them in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Going to see an anime called Demon Slayer in 4D, waiting for tickets to drop. My son absolutely loves Demon Slayer.
So does mine.
Like, he could tell you the whole origin story and everything, and like it's like Common Core math for me. I just don't understand it, but
Really?
I like sit. No, I don't
No.
understand it. But then again, I haven't really like sat and
Oh no.
watched it. So
With my son, we would choose an anime and he would make me sit with him and watch it.
let's see. The live audience reactions for Friends, meaning the theater's reaction to the episodes. Yeah, I got what you meant, Peter. And I love that too. I love when you have like a sitcom like Friends or The Golden Girls, and of how you would laugh in your very own home, and you get that same instance when you're watching with people. I do. I love that as well. And let's see. I want to see Avatar as well in 4D. You know, Avatar is one of those movie franchises that I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it in like real 3D or 4D or what have you, or an IMAX. I think that's a thing too. I think for Avatar,
Yeah.
I think I would love to see it in the IMAX. Which
I saw the first one in IMAX 3D.
yeah, I did too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Way of Water
No,
was
I'm
just
not sure
IMAX.
where it was.
Yeah, that was just IMAX. But what's very smart with James Cameron, what he's doing is he's re-releasing the previous movie before the new one because they're so gapped in time. So he wants to make sure that people remember what happens prior and its relevance. And honestly, it makes more money. Like from the first Avatar that came out in 2009 to Way of Water in 2022, I mean, that was 13 years. It's like, how relevant was it? So he re-released the first Avatar, and it made freaking $30 million when it was re-released opening weekend. It's like, well, people are still interested, you know? But James Cameron, the trailer for Fire and Ash looked, it was only one trailer that I saw that they only released so far. I honestly really don't need any more trailers. It has me. We're going to see it. You know, it's probably going to be the last movie of the year, I would think.
Yeah,
right.
If it's December.
Yeah. If it's November, possibly. Just depends on if there's anything out there. But I've had a lot of people tell me to go see Weapons. A lot of people. I know that's really like not her cup of tea.
I'll have nightmares.
She probably will. But Lord knows, we're going to Horror Unleashed and everything.
I'll have nightmares.
So yeah, maybe that's when we'll go see it. Maybe we'll go see it in Vegas, because if she's already like hyped up from Horror Unleashed, I mean, if she's already going to have the nightmares, what more can it really do?
Just pile on the nightmares.
Let's see. Golden Girls is awesome. Yeah, you can't mess with the girls. Can't mess with the girls. And yes, hot chocolate is amazing. Ooh, that's a good question. What's your favorite cartoon couple?
Cartoon couple.
Cartoon couple. I'm trying to think. Because here's the thing. I'm a huge Simpsons and Family Guy. But when you're just talking about couples,
Yeah.
is Homer and Marge or Peter and Lois? I don't know.
They're not couple goals for me.
I would honestly, Fred and Wilma Flintstone. I mean, that's classic. Like the Wilma, I'm home. Wilma. Yeah, I have to say for me going classic with like the Hanna-Barbera, I'll say Fred and Wilma Flintstone. I used to take the vitamins too when I was a kid. I had the Flintstone vitamins.
The chalk things.
The little.
Yeah. Chalk. They are.
I know.
I used to hate when my mom used to try to make me take those.
Oh my gosh.
I'd put them in my mouth, and when she leaves, I put it out. Oh, chalk in my mouth. No. That's why they make gummy ones now.
Yeah, I think that's probably why. Yeah, because kids were probably like putting them in and go.
Yeah.
Like, no.
You would see how far you can spit it out once your mom turns her out. It's me and my sister.
I liked them. I didn't really have a problem. I had a problem with the Sesame Street ones.
They're all chalk.
I know, but that was the weird thing. Like for some reason, it was all the same.
Well, because they look like Big Bird. I love Big Bird. Even though I hate birds, for some reason I liked Big Bird. I think because Big Bird freaked out my sister. So
you're like, finally, something that didn't freak me out, so I like it. So who's your favorite cartoon couple?
Cartoon couple. That's hard. Like cartoon series?
Maybe, or even in a cartoon movie.
Cartoon series. Well, I like Mickey and Minnie. Classic.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Mickey and Minnie. Yeah.
If I were to choose a movie, I love Flynn Rider and Rapunzel.
There you go. That's
I totally see that as us. Give me my water bottle.
Yep. She'd use a water bottle. That's her frying pan. That's her frying pan. Yeah. And then, of course, if I get the little goatee and then do the smolder. Actually, that wasn't a smolder. It looked like I was having a stroke.
I was like, are you okay?
Oh, God. Okay, let's see. My son watched Demon Slayer 7 times in Tokyo last week. Wow. Now that's commitment.
Yes. I've only watched it once.
Let's see. Meanwhile, my grandpa was at a wedding while that was happening. Oh, you mean for the fall? I guess for the fall? Like the fall? Wait, I'm sorry. Did your grandpa or your grandma fall in the tub? At first, I thought it was the grandpa. I'm like, he fell in the tub during the wedding, at a wedding. Yeah, like, I'm sorry. If you can, I'm all mixed up, Peter. If you could validate that. I think, I guess your grandma fell in the tub while your grandpa was at a wedding. Correct. See if I had that right. Let's see. Vegas Disney RTV. My friends went to see Demon Slayer, but the sing-along songs like to torture me. That's great. Let's see. My uncle was freaking out when the cops showed up at his door because he thought something happened at the wedding. Okay. So wait, so was it like a bathtub, like were they at a hotel? Was it like a... I'm curious. Yes, I'm very curious now. I've invested my time into this now, so I need the details. Let's see. Kiki and Luca. Demon Slayer coming to U.S. theaters on September 12th. I did see the movie poster when we were in the movie theater. I did see that. How well do you think the Avatar movie is going to do? I honestly, based off of James Cameron's history and the first 2 Avatar movies, I feel like each Avatar movie is going to be better than the next. And I think that's what Cameron wants, especially like with technology and everything. Because I do love the first Avatar, but I feel like Way of Water like beat that expectation. So I feel like Fire and Ash is going to knock Way of Water out of the water. No pun intended. But to answer your question, Kiki and Luca, I know I keep saying this because I really want it to happen. I want to be alive for when this happens, like before like my generation goes kaput. But could Fire and Ash be the first film to hit $1 billion in the US? Will we ever see a movie hit $1 billion in the US? I'm very curious. Could Fire and Ash be the one? If not, I will say it will be $1 billion. Well, I won't even say $1 billion. I think it'll be like a $2 to $3 billion. But I just would like for just $1 billion US film. Let's see. Florentin, it's up to Avatar if a California reference is thrown in, or else bye DCA as California Adventure name. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I think they may have some California reference. May not be in Fire and Ash. I think someone said it was going to be in 4 and or 5. And then James Cameron says that if he's still around and people still want more Avatar, he has ideas for 6 and 7. So pretty much I think he's just going to stay on the Avatar path for the rest of his career. Kiki and Lucas said, I saw Weapons. It was good, but it's definitely for people who like horror. She's not one of them.
Nope. Nightmares.
Yes. And then we got Sean Williams in the house. See you both soon.
Yay.
Yes, absolutely. Sean is part of Walt's apartment, the YouTube / kind of podcast form that will be going on at 7:30. So definitely, if you guys are enjoying our lives, definitely hop over there at 7:30. Or actually, you can go on Citrico Central because it's going to be a joint live. Yeah, so we'll be going over to Walt's apartment, but you guys could literally just jump on the live over here on Citrico Central, and we'll be there. Let's see. Margin Homer. So Florentin says Margin Homer. Let's see. Kiki and Luca, LOL. Flow. What about Flow?
I don't know.
It probably meant for something. Let's see. Oh, yes, and the Jetsons, too. Oh, yeah, George and Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Meet George Jetson. I used to love the song. His son, Elroy. Daughter, Judy. Jane, his wife. Oh, my God. Let's see. Oh, Olive and Popeye.
Oh, okay.
Natasha and Boris. Boris and Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Well, those are real classics.
Moose and Squirrel. And then Sean, of course, Mickey and Minnie. I can't believe I didn't think of Mickey and Minnie. Then you also have like Goofy and Clarabelle, but I don't know. Like, I never understood. Like, here's the thing. Okay, wait. Let's talk about this now.
Oh, God.
Mickey and Minnie, they're mice. Donald and Daisy, they're ducks. Even Chip and Dale with Clarice, they both fought over Clarice. They're all chipmunks. Now, I'm not one that says spots with spots, stripes with stripes. I say love who you love. But I'm sorry, the relationship of Goofy and Clarabelle, of like that fact that a dog and a cow should squash him.
Who's Max's mom?
Who is Max's mom? That is very true. Anyway.
Oh my.
Let's see. Remy D says, James Gunn decision to write and direct the Superman sequel has put quite a damper on my excitement for the new DC universe. I was hoping he would let others do the sequel that don't share his humor. I agree with that, Remy D. We went to go see Superman. I was not a fan of it. I am a fan of James Gunn.
I know,
but
he did great with the Guardian.
Yeah. The way his humor is and the way he does film, it fits for Guardians of the Galaxy. It does not fit for Superman. And that was my worry. Was he going to exhibit a different kind of storytelling and filmmaking? No, it wasn't. So, yeah, I agree with you. The fact that he's going to do the sequel, again, for channel purposes, because I love doing like out of theater reviews, I may go and see it. I don't know. I gave this one a chance. I just think it's so funny that Superman has $100 million more than Fantastic Four. That that baffles me. And I do fear for the future of DC, because if that's the route that it goes, I don't know. Not my cup of tea. David says, good luck at Horror Unleashed, George. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I think I'll be fine.
She'll be great.
Abby she'll be great because she'll be barricaded underneath my arm. So a lot of the time she doesn't even see anything.
I just scream still.
Yeah, because what's
from the thoughts of it.
Yeah.
I don't need to see anything. My imagination runs wild already. So.
Peter says, no, my grandpa did not fall at the wedding. I was talking about the fire that happened at his house he was renting while I was at the movies. Gosh. Oh, that's right. Okay. Now I remember. You have so many stories, Peter. It ties in with your adventures of traveling. Especially the what was it? The crucifix. That one, best story you ever told. Let's see. Oh, okay. Flo is me. Okay, so he was saying LOL Florentin for Flo. I'm like, who's Flo? I'm like, okay, I'm losing it. Do Team Rocket con as a couple? I mean, they're not lovers, but I mean, like, they're like
a team.
They're a team, Which was a shame because I think the voice actor who did the voice of James from Team Rocket passed. I think maybe a month or so ago. He also did another voice in Pokemon too, and I can't remember. Was it Brock? Did he do Brock and James? He did James and somebody else. I can't remember. What hotel are you staying at in Vegas, and what restaurants are you going to? So we're staying at the Luxor, which is actually exciting for me because I get to see it before it becomes basically a hotel form of IKEA. Because again, it's another one of those really highly themed hotels that they're just converting to just regular. Restaurants. I
don't think we've decided yet where. Any suggestions?
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, throw them in the comments. Peter, I know you probably have. He's going to write a whole list. It's just going to go. Throw them in there. Because again, I'm not too familiar with it, so throw them in there. Also, we are meeting up with Theme Park Wizard and Tommy Toon. So maybe they have some suggestions too. We'll just miss Theme Park Conductor. He'll be leaving. Hopefully we might catch him before he leaves because we're going down a day before. So, yeah. Because Horror Unleashed, they're having their grand ceremony tomorrow. They just left today. Because Conductor posted on his Instagram that he was on a flight. We'll be driving down to Vegas. Yeah.
It depends on how fast I drive.
Yes. I see. But as I said, first we are gonna get everyone's winnings sent out first for sure. Peter said there's a lot of good Italian restaurants over there. Okay. Is it Max's mom? Haha. Let's see. I bought some Popeye merch from Malta. That's interesting. Yeah, because I don't think Popeye is like high end merch. Like, but I mean, I'm for sure it's probably. I enjoy that kind of merch, like Popeye, Betty Boop, Felix the Cat, Dudley Do Right, Broomhilda, Hagar, like those classic Andy Cap. You remember Andy Cap? The comic strip. No, okay. No. Okay. See, no, okay.
You may be younger than me, but no.
Yeah, see, I'm young, but I have an old soul. I really do. Okay, so Peter opened this up. So Clarabelle and Horace horse collar. Okay, so here's the thing, though. There's times I see Clarabelle with Horace. There's times I see her with Goofy. I know what you guys are thinking. I'm not going to say it, but I'll just
throw it out there.
Throw it out there. Just saying. She gets around. She passes the milk.
Remember when we took a picture with her?
We did get a picture.
She looked sassy.
She was all diva.
Her 70th outfit is diva.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think
she has like an off the shoulder.
What I'll do is the next live that we do here on Citrico, the selfie we took with Clarabelle, that's going to be the thumbnail. So just remember, when you guys see the next live on here, it's going to be us with Clarabelle.
Yeah, you can see her little diva outfit for the 70th.
So Peter said Goofy's wife is Mrs. Goof.
What was that?
Let's see. I visited Max at Hollywood Studios and Goofy ran away from Clarabelle when a guy was singing a couple love song dedicated to them. Oh, okay. Must have been a bad night. Vegas Disney RTV says, I think Superman is a better popcorn summer movie and Fantastic Four is a better movie. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is that Fantastic Four? FF4?
Yeah.
Is that for? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Superman is a movie that you can't go in there with expectations. It's like if you just want to just go in and go in and watch a movie and watch Superman get the crap kicked out of him like throughout the whole movie, just for fun.
Ultimately beat them.
Yes. So definitely Vegas. I agree with you. Like better popcorn summer movie than anything. Florentin says, Abby, you crack me up just being authentically you.
Oh, thanks. My weird self.
Let's see. Flo is the progressive lady. Discount. That's funny because we've seen some. I love her, by the way, because she's not obviously like an actress like she is known as the progressive lady, but I mean, I love those commercials, and especially when they added on the new people with her, especially like the little woman. She kind of has like a high-pitched voice. I don't know like her name in it, but she kind of has like this very distinct kind of voice. But anyway, yeah, I love those progressive. Flo is also the Finding Nemo fish. Oh yeah, when she looks and says, where's Flo? Hi, how are you? Or there's also Flo from Cars.
Yeah.
Flo's V8 Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
I love going in there in Cars Land.
Yes,
especially
ice cream.
She goes for the ice cream. I do love the milkshakes. I also love the 50s music. Like the 50s music was just, I don't know, it just kind of takes me back. It reminds me of my grandparents, and you just sit in that old classic 50s diner having a milkshake and yeah. Let's see. Where am I? Oh yeah. The cross I brought back from France. Yes. See, Ray says Stratosphere and Fremont Street.
Oh, to go visit. Yeah.
Okay. And Pierce says Carbone is the best. It is New York Italian style food, and the bread over there. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I had to.
You do that so well.
Thank you. Let's see. I met Brad Garrett at Carbone 2 on Father's Day. Oh, interesting. Speaking of Finding Nemo, because he does the voice of Bloat. And if you're talking about sitcoms, on Everybody Loves Raymond. Yeah, so there you go. Well, folks, we are an hour and almost 17 minutes into this live. Again, it was another great live, as always. Yes. Love having you guys in here. Love the chat. And Abby joining as well. I love when she starts out in the chat and then eventually like comes out here. I love that transitioning. And she doesn't even purposely do that. It just always happens that way. But we'll be getting ready for the 7:30 live on Walt's Apartment. Yes. And Citrico Central Collabo. As I said, we'll be going over there, but you guys will get the notification from Citrico Central. Just, click on the link, go on YouTube, click on the live straight from Citrico Central. We'll be there. And as I said, I appreciate each and every one of you. Wait, there's a few other things. Let me just catch it. Peter says Luxor has the public Haas, which is one of my favorites too. Okay. Let's see. Sadel's, if I'm pronouncing that right, at Bellagio is the best breakfast in Las Vegas. Peter, I'm probably going to be like messaging you like while we're there, because I'm going to be forgetting all this, and then you could just like
so DM us,
yeah, just grab all this information and DM us, throw them in there. Now Peter says Fremont Street is the worst. Okay, so now I have to check it out because Peter's saying it's the worst, and then who mentioned it? Someone mentioned it. Ray mentioned it. So I have to check it out for myself. Just to see. Okay, so I'm going to check that out. See, the 4D movies at Luxor is good. Okay. Florentin says, take care, Citrus fam. And then Carbone is at Aria. I think that's okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so if you guys, thank you all for the suggestions. Yes. I don't know how much we'll remember it, but I mean, I could always replay the live. Yeah. And if you guys obviously follow us on Instagram or even Twitter, I still have my Twitter account. Private message me, Abby, on the Citrico Central, on our privates of all these locations, restaurants, suggestions, like even for like activities, throw them in there. As I said, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And then also, we have really quick, we have Dead Short Overkill. Hi. Welcome in. And before we get out of here, I do have to do my plug. I am an affiliate with the Magic Candle Company, which a lot of you actually know because you'll be getting your prize winnings from Magic Candle Company. Well, not from Magic Candle Company, but from me. From us. It's Magic Candle Company products. Yes. But if you are a fan of their products and you miss Disney and you just can't get to the parks and you want to bring some of that magic into your own home, go on to magiccandlecompany.com. They have a plethora of different items, from candles, sprays, oils, soaps, anything you like, they have it. And upon checkout, use my promo code Citrico15 to get 15% off. And that's not just a one-time deal. That is every time you go on Magic Candle Company. If you use Citrico15, you'll get 15% off your entire order. Yes. So I just wanted to do that plug. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining our live. We greatly appreciate you. Yes. And this is Abby. I'm the Disney Italiano. And as I always say in Disney Italiano fashion, stay safe, stay healthy, stay Disney. Italiano out.